Last but not the least, relationship between the worker and the client is another important tool of casework. See, relationship is actually a condition of being connected in a significant way between any two people or more. In our daily lives, we experiences different kinds of relationship. Like firstly, we can talk about the relationship with family members or the kinship, like parent, children, siblings, uncle, aunt, niece, etc. And these relationships are permanent and they cannot be altered. They are lasting relationships. Then there are temporary relationships between two friends, between neighbors, classmates. Then we can even talk about professional relationships, that is between doctor, patient, teacher, student, lawyer, client. Then there are negative relations also, like hatred among two people. There are positive relationships and so on. I've just given a simple description so that the concept of relationship is clear. Now, in particular, when we talk about casework, worker-client relationship is actually a professional relationship that has to be positive in nature because it can serve as a means towards the desirable end of helpfulness. Why it has to be positive? It has to be positive so that the end result is desirable in terms of real help which would be provided by the worker to the client. We can even say that in casework practice, many a times what happens, the professional relationship turns into a relationship of a close friend or just like of a family member. And I would love to make this point clear with an example. See, Janardhan was an industrial worker and he was living in a slum. He lost an arm in an accident, and after being discharged from the hospital, he was actually referred to a caseworker of that particular locality. Now, the caseworker arranged for his vocational training. But what happened? Meanwhile, his wife died, and his 5 years old child was actually placed in a foster care with the help of the caseworker only. But after training, what happened? He couldn't get any job. So, being frustrated, he started alcoholing as a means of livelihood. Here again, the caseworker encouraged him to view his life positively and have hope, as there is always another way. Subsequently, Janardhan decided to put up a vegetable stall, and again, with the caseworker's help, he get the license by approaching the related officials. Lastly, with the help of the caseworker again, Janardhan succeeded in putting up a vegetable stall. So, with this example or with this particular case, we can see very well that the caseworker has entered more than one area of Janardhan's life, helping him in different ways. So, caseworker being involved in so many things connected with client's life is likely to be looked upon as a close friend or as a family member. Therefore, an emotional bond comes into the relationship, which is actually stronger than any sort of professional relationship. But one thing should always be kept in mind, and that is the emotional involvement should always be controlled. So we have seen that relationship has been very much positive. It has been in a form of help. Like if a client who is confused, who is quite anxious, he can be treated with courtesy and he can be listened with patience, and this itself is an experience of being helped. Now, worker-client relationship fosters clients' growth. See, in lot of cases, what happens, worker-client relationship actually focuses to infuse growth in the client by helping him to participate in the interview process, by helping him to understand what is the problem and in making decisions to find the solutions. So it is not just about the worker who is actually helping the client, it is the other way around also. That is, the worker infuses a lot of strength, lot of positive attitude in the client so that he himself comes up and understand his problem and he himself find the better solution for his problem. Now, another thing which is very important here is rapid. Rapid is very much important, very much essential in worker-client relationship. We have seen that relationship is possible between any two persons through communication, and it's actually the process where the information is imparted and the information is received also. So rapid becomes important phenomena in social casework, and it is simply used here to refer to the positive nature of the relationship. Now the caseworker can have a good rapport with his client when client shows interest in meeting the caseworker and keeps the appointment. Then client expresses the feelings in course of different interviews. Then he actively participates in interviews, talking about himself, the experiences, the relationship, the problem, etc. And the client indicates a degree of commitment to his her own decision for actions. So in this way we can say that the worker-client relationship varies from case to case. At last, we can say that the casework tools are interlinked dynamically to produce certain desirable outcomes for the client's welfare. So the main aim to use the casework tools is actually to get some positive result, that too in the client's welfare. Thank you.